Could you give Berlanga a grade and then tell me your grade for how you found this trip to New York this time? You sold the freaking place out. That's never a bad thing. Your perception of Berlanga and coming here.
Edgar gave himself a C. I mean, it's a bit harsh being out for a year. I mean, Quigley's a good fighter. And when a fighter chooses to fight like that, crafty and off the back foot, it's very difficult to not get frustrated. And I felt like if there's one criticism of Edgar, it's between rounds 7 and 11, where he really didn't do a lot.
He was very tentative.
He was, and he was
to me.
following him around with a jab. And I don't, the corner were telling him to close the distance and let his hands go, like he did in the 12. And every time he let his hands go, he hurt him. But
Imagine
he
if he fought other rounds like that 12, it makes
the
you
only
salivate,
thing is, I think when you fight in a guy, I'm not saying Jason didn't come to win, but when you fight in a guy that's coming forward, that's trying to knock you out as well, that's when you're going to see the best of Edgar Berlanga. But I think when he looks back after being out for over a year, banking the 12 rounds, 3 knockdowns, I think he'll be okay.
Last one for me, the potential chance that you do book the Munguia fight next. If it's not Munguia, who you got plan B or plan C?
I mean, I love the Gennady-Golovkin fight. I love Billy Joe Saunders, maybe John Ryder. I think Munguia is the right fight. It's two guys that are searching for that big fight. It's Mexico against Puerto Rico.
You and Oscar have been doing really
exactly.
good.
We'd love to do that at the press conference. But yeah, look, he's going to be in a lot of fun fights. He's got great support. And I think one of the best things about tonight was the pockets of fans. I know it was like mostly Puerto Rican, but there was 400 Albanian
Poles
fans.
and Irish and everything here,
exactly.
man.
So what a great atmosphere.
Good show. Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks,
Talk to us a little bit. Eamon Khan here, 4 seconds out. Look, there were people online calling for maybe the Quigley victory before round 12 hit.
Bizarre. I mean, that's what happens, really. I just think that's kind of like a bit like a Matchroom thing and his own thing, where like I felt like Jason Quigley won 4 rounds. 5. Maybe not, but definitely 7 to 11. Edgar didn't really do a lot. But the problem is, Edgar won, the other, whatever it was, going into the 11th, I don't know, 7 rounds, 6, 7 rounds, with 2 10-8 rounds. So I felt like if Jason won the last round, I probably would have scored it 115, 113 to Edgar. But it was a 10-8 round in the last round, so I don't know what to score it. 116, 112, 116, 112, 116. I thought the scores were wide, but you can't, at no point was Jason up in the fight, but I thought he did really, really well.
I saw you getting your Emmanuel Stewart on during the Kaunaki-Kusamano fight, saying go to the body. What was going through your head during that fight?
I just wanted him to win so bad. I don't represent Adam Kaunaki, I just really like him. Do you know what I mean? And I knew that was probably going to be his last fight tonight, and I just wanted him to win so bad, and I kept thinking the fight should be stopped. Maybe even after the first round. But then he comes back in the fight, and then later on in the fight, I thought the fight should be stopped. And then with a minute to go, he comes back in the round, looks like he might stop Kusamano. I think the ending did go on a little bit too long, but when you know it's someone's last fight, it's very difficult not to let him go out on his shield. And he's a very brave man. Big respect to Kusamano. I loved the fight, loved it. I mean, like I said, it wasn't the most skillful heavyweight fight, but what drama. And I'm actually sitting there thinking, we really need a heavyweight fight on every card, because they can be a lot of fun, especially when they're like that.
Would you put him in with AJ?
Who?
Kusamano?
No, Dubois knocks him out in a round. So he's nowhere near elite world level. But Fabio Wardley, Thomas Carty, someone called out, I know we've got Jermaine Franklin coming back that we got fights with. Kusamano, we have options with now, will be in some big fights. It was a good win for him tonight.